documents from Donald Trump's son-in-law and former senior advisor Jared Kushner related to the investment firm that Kushner founded almost immediately after leaving the White House, an investment firm that raised $2 billion from Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, chaired by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Raskin writes to Kushner, quote, recent reports have renewed the committee's concerns that this investment may have constituted a quid pro quo for your official actions in the White House, unquote. The letter follows an explosive new report from the Washington Post revealing some previously unknown details, including that Kushner began the process of starting the private equity firm literally the day after he left the White House. Here to discuss is Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, I have a lot of questions for you, but first, of course, you're currently battling cancer. You're wearing a bandana that was given to you as a gift, amazingly, by little Stevie Van Zandt of the E Street Band. How are you doing?
I'm hanging tough. I mean, I've lost 90% of my hair, and I'm trying to hang on to my eyebrows. But other than that, I'm feeling great, and we think the treatments are working. So thanks for asking, Jake. And
I know you're a Springsteen fan. You've been to 13 concerts, so the gift from little Stevie is well given. You're suggesting
it's meaningful.
You're suggesting a possible quid pro quo here between Kushner and the Saudis. That's a pretty serious allegation. Lay it out for us.
Well, it really starts with Jared Kushner convincing Donald Trump to use his first foreign state visit as president of the United States to go to Saudi Arabia, which was a suggestion so shocking and startling that everybody in the Trump administration's own foreign policy group, including Secretary of State Tillerson, opposed it. Even Trump said it was not going to work because of the horrific human rights situation in Saudi Arabia and their terrible record of abusing the rights of women and the trouble they make abroad and so on. But nonetheless, Kushner was able to convince him that somehow it would be in their best interest to do it. And Trump went over there, and that began a very deep and intimate embrace with the Saudi regime and with Mohammed bin Salman, covering up for their human rights abuses, aligning with them in their blockade against Qatar, and then even helping to cover up for Mohammed bin Salman's order of the assassination and brutal dismemberment by drawing and quartering of Washington Post contributing columnist Jamal Khashoggi.
Right.
You remember, who was killed when he was over in Turkey. And both Kushner and President Trump were deeply involved in protecting him from the legal and political and international repercussions of that sordid deed. And Trump bragged to Bob Woodward, quote, "I saved his ass," speaking of the homicidal crown prince. So when he then sent Pompeo over to Saudi Arabia, he said, tell the crown prince that he owes us.
Right.
Tell them that he owes us. So here's what happens. The Kushner makes return trips to Saudi Arabia, and on the day after the Trump administration ends, creates a new business called Affinity, which I think is curious because the plutocrats and the kleptocrats of Mar-a-Lago have an affinity with the theocrats and the autocrats of Saudi Arabia. But anyway, right. Affinity gets more than $2 billion, more than 99% of its money from Saudi Arabia as a private equity firm. And that's what is launched then by Jared Kushner. We sent him requests based on the initial glimmerings of this 8 months ago, and they have completely refused to comply in any material way with the documents that we're looking for. But the new reporting makes it absolutely mandatory that they comply with us.
So, I mean, all I would say is, I mean, yeah, it looks bad, but that's not proof of a quid pro quo. It might just be, it's proof of, you know, amoral, realpolitik, birds of a feather flock together. I mean, just because they all like together and were amoral together doesn't mean that there was anything illegal that happened.
You're right. It may be completely coincidental that he came back with a $2 billion
No, not coincidental, but I'm not saying it's a coincidence. I'm saying, like, they like each other. They can do business together. They lack, all of them don't care about human rights together. I mean.
Well, okay. First, Jake, this is what the investigation is about. This is why we're demanding the hundreds of documents which we haven't seen yet. We just want to know what the facts are. But I will tell you this, that the investment board for the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Investment Fund recommended strongly against this, unanimously against it,
Right.
voting to say this is a new company. They were unproven. They would not put a dime into it. And they were overruled by the Royal Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, saying that this was for Jared Kushner. So it's led to speculation, not just in America, but in Saudi Arabia, that this is an inside political deal. In any event, this is what the factual investigation is about. And we're hoping we can get together on a bipartisan basis to do a factual investigation, because he was a high-ranking government official when this happened. And the emoluments clause says that no government official can take anything from a prince or a king or a foreign government without the permission of Congress.
I do have to ask, court records obtained by the Daily Mail show that the president's brother, Jim Biden, was hired to help a Philadelphia construction company resolve a dispute with the Saudi government because he was the sibling of then Vice President Biden. That also looks pretty shady, doesn't it?
Well, I have not seen any details about that. I would be interested to look at it. I don't know that you're talking about a government official. I don't believe he was a government official.
No, he was not.
I don't know
any
of the facts there. But look, our point is we're opposed to corruption generally. If there's corruption out there, let's do a neutral, fact-based investigation. That's our job as the oversight committee. But the evidence is here overwhelming that this stinks to high heaven.
All right. I don't disagree that it stinks to high heaven. Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, thanks so much. Hope you continue to beat this thing. We'll be right back.